Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It's 6:30 on the dot. Students across the province are slated to miss even more class time next week as the BC Teachers Federation announces round 2 of rotating strikes. Greg Harper joins us live from Surrey, one of the 12 districts not in session today. And Greg, what else is in store for parents and teachers?
Well, unfortunately for parents, teachers, students, more school closures are on the way as the BCTF has announced that the rotating strikes will continue into next week. We're here at Princess Margaret Secondary in Surrey this morning. There's some teachers behind us here walking the picket line. They're beginning to arrive as we enter into day 4 now of this teacher's job action. So the rotating strikes next week means that over 40,000 public school teachers in 60 districts across the province will take turns walking off the job. This is going to take place on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. This as both the BCTF and the provincial government remain divided over wages, class size, and support for students. The union announced it would be taking further action following another round at the bargaining table yesterday.
This has been terrible for parents. It's been terrible for students. And I just don't believe that it is okay for adults to put kids in the center of the problem. We need to come to an agreement. We need to come to one that's fair. Teachers deserve a raise. They've earned it, as have all the public servants who've received raises in the last little while. It has to be affordable.
I think both sides definitely have valuable points, and I don't think anyone's more right or wrong than the other. I think that what we're trying to do as parents is say that we recognize there's a lot of bad blood between these two groups, but the fact is that any reasonable British Columbian understands you have a dispute. You need to sit down, get over your issues, stop complaining and stop blaming, put those aside, and come up with a deal for the betterment of our children.
So Surrey, West Vancouver, North Vancouver, Prince George, the Sunshine Coast, these are some of the districts that are affected by today's job action. For a complete list and the schedule next week, you can find that at news1130.com. There is a hearing today at the Labour Relations Board. The union and government negotiators will be meeting over lockout provisions. The president of the BCTF, Jim Eicher, will be here this morning, and we will have him live for you at 7:30. Jody?
All right, we'll look forward to that. Thanks very much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning from Surrey. Shoppers in Surrey were shaking their heads yesterday afternoon at what they saw in a mall parking lot. They noticed a child left in a hot car outside the Walmart at 124th and 88th. Coat hangers were used to get the boy out. It's unclear exactly how long the child was in the vehicle, but it seems he might not have been there as long as initially feared.
All I heard was them calling a license number over the PA.
What did you hear from the passerbys that it happened?
That there was a kid in a car,
And what did
left
you?
in the car. I think that's disgusting.
Yeah. And what
Don't leave a little kid in the car.
The boy was taken to hospital to be checked out and is doing fine. RCMP will reportedly not be investigating the parent. Still in Surrey, 2 students were sent to hospital when a minivan slammed into a Cloverdale school during the lunch hour yesterday. The boys, aged 10 and 11, were not badly hurt. The van smashed into a classroom, pushing over a desk and knocking things off the wall. The elderly driver was dropping off her grandson. It seems her foot slipped and hit the gas instead of the brake. Another cautionary tale for young people organizing house parties on the internet. Mission RCMP are looking for witnesses after a 19-year-old was stabbed on the weekend in Jaroche. Only 50 people were invited to the birthday party, but thanks to social media, more than double showed up. The victim is recovering after surgery. Want to raise an ambitious daughter? New research out of UBC suggests dads can play a big role in that by doing their fair share of housework. The findings have been published in the journal Psychological Science. The major suggestion is that fathers who share the workload around the house are more likely to raise daughters who aspire to less traditional and potentially higher paying careers. Researchers found a mother's beliefs on gender and work roles predicted a child's attitude toward gender, but it was the father's role in the household chores that was the strongest predictor of the girl's professional ambition.
The data we have serve as a sort of cautionary tale for parents who want to sort of espouse these equitable, gender egalitarian values. So it's not only that they need to talk the talk about gender equality, but also to walk the walk and pay attention to what behaviors they're engaging in, because their children are watching them.